Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hooverlux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. Today we have something a bit different. We have a dog on a bench. We have a dog on a trimming bench. So Gilligan and the other two, Millie and Zach, they're going to get haircuts today and tomorrow. So we're going to start with Gilligan just for today because time is ticking away. And Gilligan is getting a bit long and desperately needs a haircut, don't you? Need a haircut? Because it's getting a bit too hot. So hubby likes to stand into the side. He has brushed him. I'm just fake brushing him now, making it look like it was me, but it wasn't. And he is now ready for his haircut. Normally with the dogs, I will give them a shower the day before I give them a clip. This time I haven't. So his fur is going to be very sticky with dog oil. So that should stick into the carpet really well to give a good test of ground-in fur. Once I've given both the dogs their haircut, I will leave it for a few days and stomp it around before I do my big fur mess test. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on time-lapse camera and we're going to see Gilligan get a haircut. You ready for your haircut, Gilligan? You ready? No, you're not. It's not going to hurt, I promise. So you joined me today in the studio with Ping Pong. Now she doesn't get on camera very often apart from scarpering in and out, but this is Ping Pong. Her name is Talia, but she's stuck with this nickname called Ping Pong and she's stuck with it ever since. And she is, how old are you, Pingies? 13 years old? You're an old kitty, aren't you? Granny kitty. She doesn't like vacuums, she's a bit skittish. So anyway, so what we're going to do is, I don't know if you can see, is the fur from Gilligan, from one of the dogs, is still lingering around on the floor. Now I haven't managed to trim the other ones yet, just Gilligan. So what I thought I would do, because I'm not going to get to do the other ones for a few days, is I don't get brushies. Oh, brush the kitty. She doesn't like being brushed. There we go. No, she's gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the big fur mess test with just Gilligan's fur. What I'm going to use, I haven't refurbed it yet, but we are going to do the big fur mess test using my unrefurbed Dyson. Well, there you are, Gilligan. Trouble. It's your fur we're having to pick up. Right, out. Stop sniffing your own fur. Quick. Out. It's cannibalism. Out. Out. So let's get the camera a little bit closer and let's take a look at this Dyson DC75. I haven't done anything to it since I picked it up from George in Derbyshire a couple of weeks ago now, but I haven't done anything to it apart from empty the bin. I think I had a little go of it, but I haven't used it in any challenge, so I do know that it does need a clean up. But I'm waiting for, I think it's George, or somebody's coming up. Anyway, whoever comes up first to help me do the refurb and clean up of this, because everything works on it fine. I've got the tools and additional bits for it. I just haven't really cleaned it out properly or taken it apart. And the cyclones on this could definitely do with a good blasting. So, let me move you back. So that's basically the overview of the vac. Okay, here's the sticker. So, there we go. It is the Dyson DC75. There's the number, 1300 watts. 8.6 kilos. So yeah, it does need a bit of a clean up and a polish because, like I said, I've not done nothing to it. So let's get, now this isn't kinetic, this is literally just, it's got the mesh shroud. Let's see if I can have a look. I'm going to take that off, Max. Let me pop you back up here. There we go. Let's take a look. Underneath here, it is very clean. Nothing is broken on it at all. It is in very good condition, as you can see there. No blockages. Very lucky with this, to be honest. Very, very lucky indeed. Right, okay, without further ado, let's get this on the floor. I haven't pre-picked up anything. I'm literally just going to go straight for it and see what and how it picks up. So this is the extent of the fur that has been down. Sorry, that was my fault. I got interrupted. I should have put it on airplane mode. So anyway, so that is the extent of the fur. I haven't picked up anything at all. That is it. So we will see how much this copes unrefurbished with all this fur. So I'm going to set you guys up over here like so, and I'm going to plow literally just through the middle of it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, that didn't seem to do very well at all. It's made a path. Right, let's try it again. This time I'll hold you as I try it. That doesn't seem to be doing very well at all, because the bin is almost empty. Let's have a look. There's nothing blocked down there. Well, there's nothing blocked down in there, because I've just had a look and there's nothing down in there blocked. Yes, there is fur in here. There's just nothing coming through. Let's try it again. Okay, I've just moved around inside this and I just tested this area and it seemed to work fine. So let's try it again. Out, Gilligan. Let's try it again. So that time it is working, and it is definitely pulling fur up from the carpet. I mean the ground in fur. So you can see there it's pretty ground in. It's been down for a few days and it's greasy. Doesn't seem to be coping very well with the big clumps of fur that I was picking up, but it did do a good job. And all the furs come out fluffy, so it's kind of like what do you call it? It's kind of like you know, when they do weaving. So the thing is now, this doesn't have that cleaning shroud thing, so I have to take it off. Hang on a second, let me put you down. There we go, I've put you on the tripod on low. So in order for me to clean this now, I have to take off this bin and do it that way. I don't think this is kind of like meant for sort of like big massive clumps of fur, to be honest. What I'm going to do is, I mean, some of these clumps are now matted clumps of fur. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to out Gilligan quickly. Whoosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another vacuum to pick up the bigger lumps, and I'm going to go back over it with this one to see how it copes with the ground in fur. So I'm just going to run over the Henry on it, just to pick up all the big clumps, and then we'll see how this DC75 picks up, how it copes with picking up the smaller ground in fur. So the vac I'm going to use to pick up the big clumps of fur is the, as you can see there, is my Filter Queen. I haven't refurbed it yet properly, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use it to pick up this area here, and let's see how it copes. Okay, that terribly squeaky head. I did pick up the larger lumps of fur without the nozzle, and then I picked up the rest using the powered floor head, and it really has done a good job. it has brought up all the ground-in fur from the carpet and by the entranceway. And this is what's left. So I have to say that filter queen, it's really small. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it definitely has done a good job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to pick up the bigger clumps. I am going to use the pneumatic for this because I've only got one bag left for that. So I'm going to use the pneumatic to pick up the bigger clumps that you can see, and then I will carry on using the DC75 to pick up all the ground-in fur. Okay, let's pick up the larger clumps. Okay, I'm not going to pick up any more. Let me plug the DC75 back in. And this time I'm going to put the floor setting to max. If I can get it. There we go, it's a bit stiff. So I'll put that on max. Right, I'll move you guys back. And let's pick it up. Right, it's not actually doing as good as I thought it would. What it seems to be doing is rolling up the fur into like sausage clumps, which then makes it really hard. It feels like dreadlocks. And that's, the dog's fur wasn't like that before I started. It's all loose and light and fluffy. But it's turning it into dreadlocks, and then it's having difficulty going inside the machine. Now if I just untake you off this, there is a collection of fur down in the back of there, and a lot of dust through there. This is up to its max line, but there's still a big space there. but it just seems to have difficulty. Maybe it's because the cyclones need cleaning, the kinetics, the kinetic cyclones maybe need cleaning on it. I did notice when I was using it on carpet, just on normal dust, it was fine, but it's a bit of an effort. Let me empty out the bin, set this to minimum. I'm just going to empty the bin over there, set this to minimum, and then we'll try. Okay, so I've emptied the fur from the bin there. So the bin is empty. And the last of the fur now is just over here on this rug. So let's see how it copes. And I've also set the suction thing on the head of it down to minimum. So let's see if that makes a difference. So there we go, it has definitely groomed the carpet very well. It was a bit harder to push on that luxury carpet, I have to say. Give me a bit of a sweat on that. But the rest, it's definitely done a good job. I mean, that amount of fur is not really an everyday occurrence with the average person. These tests are only for kind of like extreme, kind of like goes of it, if you know what I mean, tests. But you never know. But it's definitely done a good job on not so much a dirty carpet. So, like I said, when I used it before going around the house, I found it really, really good. It had good agitation. It did very good at grooming the rugs and the carpet when I gave it a quick test. And it picked up a lot of deep down stuff that had been vacuumed using other vacuums. But it's not really that robust at pickup if you're going to be picking up larger debris. So I would definitely avoid it. It's a bit, how can I say, it's a bit precious maybe. It's a bit precious for big bits of dirt and fluff and fur. But otherwise it does do a very, very good job, and I can't wait to get it all cleaned up and the kinetic cyclones all cleaned up as well, so it'll perform like new, because I definitely feel that it has a lot more suction to offer than what it has now, because it has been neglected. So what I'm going to do to finish off this video is I'm going to pop that fur back down. I'm going to pick it up using the Henry, and then I'm going to use a vacuum of choice. It's going to be something from my Kirby wall, and I'm just going to go over the area using a Kirby that I haven't used for a while. So I've cleaned up all the lumps off the floor. I have cleaned out the DC-75. I was looking inside, and you can actually see inside to the kinetic cyclones. So it'll be good. I'll give them a good blasting with the air compressor. So let's finish off this big fur mess test using... Let's use the G5, because somebody had sent me a message saying if I could do an update on the G5, and I don't think I've done I'm positive I haven't done a whole house clean with it. So let's do a little garage clean here with my Kirby G5. Let me pull it forward gently. 29810. So this is from 1998. I can see from there. Factory number 2, October 98. So let's get this one down and let's give it a go, because I haven't used it for ages. So let's do a garage clean with that. Okay, so I got my I've got my refurbished Kirby G5 from 1998. Let's give it a go. go. That is the G5. Does an excellent job, absolutely excellent job. But the tech drive on it sounds like old smoky. Sounds like an old steam engine, and that's a refurbished tech drive on it. It's not the quietest of tech drives at all, but it does perform really well. And I'm looking at the carpet, and on this horrible old flat carpet, it really brought up the pile. And on the piece of luxury carpet that I've got here behind me, it's definitely brought up the pile. It's done a very good job indeed. So let me get the Kirby with its cable all back up and we'll finish off the video. So there we go. In summary, I picked up the fur using a couple of vacuums there. The Filter Queen personally did a better job of picking up the big clumps than the Kinetic did. It's a bit precious, like I said, but you can't beat its action on grooming the carpet and agitation and picking up all the fine particles of dust and fur that was ground into the carpet. No fault in it, picked it up. Bigger chunks, a lot of it got kind of like stuck in that plastic thing. I understand why some people have removed it, which is what I'm going to be doing, because there was a lot of fur that got stuck and wedged behind it. Whether it improves in suction to the carpet, I don't really know, but what I do know is that it was gunky behind it. Bit of fun there using the G5. I can't remember the name of the person who did ask me for an update on the G5, so that is okay for now. I will do a full house clean with it at some point in the future, so you'll get to see it in action. And good old pneumatic over there, good old James's body with the pneumatic hat. He did a very good job of picking up the big clumps of fur with absolutely no issues. What a surprise. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been fun picking up Gilligan's fur. It was pretty ground in and really mucky, but we picked it all up in the end and the carpets look good again. So please join me in the next episode and I will see you then. Bye y'all.